Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging right into personal resilience and effectiveness. Really fascinating stuff.
Absolutely.
And we're focusing on two themes that are just so tightly linked: mindset and decision-making. These aren't just, buzzwords. They're really fundamental to becoming, well, what our source material calls bulletproof when life throws things at you.
Right. And that source is the Goyalalo program. We're drawing specifically from the third module today.
Which is all about these exact topics.
Exactly. And our aim here really is to pull out the absolute key insights for you, the most important bits from the sources.
Like a shortcut to getting informed.
Pretty much, giving you practical tools, things you can actually use straight away to, handle things better.
Makes sense.
And we really hope you'll maybe jot down some notes as we go, because connecting this stuff to what you already know, that's where the real understanding happens.
Then where you can actually apply it later.
Precisely. Future application. That's the goal.
Okay, so let's unpack this term first. Bulletproof. It sounds quite intense, almost like invulnerable. Is that the idea?
That's a really good question. And no, it's not about being invulnerable. Not really. Bulletproof, or Golyalo in the original Hungarian, it's much more about flexibility, resilience.
Ah, okay. Flexibility.
Right? Yeah. Think of it like this. A bulletproof person, they can take a hit, a negative experience, and they bounce back. They regain their emotional state without being, permanently damaged.
So they bend but don't break.
Exactly. And more than that, they actually figure out how to turn those difficulties to their own advantage. They don't try to dodge failure.
So even if they get a bullet, face a big challenge.
They keep going. They stay focused on their goals, maybe adjust the path a bit, but they don't stop.
Right. So it's really about that long-term perseverance, not giving up even if things get tough or slow down for a bit.
That's the core of it, long-term grit.
Okay, so if that's the ideal state, what stops us? Why do we feel tension or frustration or just inflexible sometimes?
Well, a lot of the time, it actually comes down to our mindset. We might think we're open-minded, but maybe we're not quite as open as we believe.
How so?
The source uses this great analogy. It's like seeing the holes in the cheese, not the cheese itself. Our underlying beliefs can sort of blind us to obvious solutions or opportunities.
Like a filter we don't know is there.
Exactly. And there's often this mismatch, this misalignment between what we say we believe and, well, our deeper convictions. That creates internal friction.
We've talked before about beliefs and fears operating subconsciously, haven't we?
We have, and those are powerful. But what's different here is we're shifting focus more to the conscious level, mindset and decision-making, things we can become aware of.
And change more easily once we see them.
That's the idea. Bringing those patterns into awareness is the first big step towards changing them. You see it, you can rewrite it.
Which leads us perfectly into Carol Dweck's work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Her book, Mind, The New Psychology of Success. You can't really talk mindset without talking fix versus growth.
You really can't. It's foundational. Let's really break down the differences. It affects everything.
Okay, where do we start? Maybe talent and abilities.
Good starting point. So, the fixed mindset views talent as innate, set in stone. You hear it all the time, right? Oh, I'm just not a languages person, or I have zero musical talent.
I can't run, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a permanent fact.
Exactly, a declaration.
Right.
But the growth mindset, it sees abilities as things you can develop through practice, effort, time.
It doesn't mean anyone can become Einstein overnight.
No, of course not. But it means significant progress is possible. In almost anything, it shifts I can't do it to something else entirely.
Which we'll definitely get back to. But what about failure? That's a huge one for people.
Massive. For a fixed mindset, failure feels final, definitive, like I failed, so I am a failure. I should stop.
It's a judgment on them.
Right. Whereas the growth mindset sees failure as, well, data, information, an opportunity to learn, change course, figure out what needs more work.
So it's not an endpoint, it's feedback.
Precisely. Feedback indicating where growth is needed next. It's a signpost, not a stop sign.
And what about criticism? That can feel like failure sometimes.
Yeah, and the fixed mindset often takes it very personally, like an attack. They get defensive.
Shut down.
Often. But the growth mindset, even though criticism might still sting, sees it as a chance to improve, to tweak the system, find a better way. It's about the information and the feedback.
Okay, this makes sense. How tasks are chosen too.
Definitely. Fixed mindset folks tend to stick to easier tasks, things they know they can succeed at. Minimal risk. Their self-worth is tied up in not failing.
So they don't stretch themselves?
Generally, no. But the growth mindset, they embrace challenges. They're willing to put in the hard work because the focus is on learning, on the journey, not just proving they're already good.
And obstacles when things get tough.
Fixed mindset often leads to giving up. See, I knew I couldn't do it. But the growth mindset sees obstacles as puzzles, opportunities to experiment, problem solve, find new routes.
More creative, maybe?
In a way, yes. Less afraid to try something different because the goal isn't just the outcome, it's the development.
Which ties into focus, right. Fixed on results, growth on the process.
Exactly. Fixed is all about the measurable result, success or failure. Growth prioritizes continuous development, becoming better, constantly asking, how can I improve?
And that must impact creative risks, too.
Hugely. Fixed mindset avoids them. Too uncertain, too much chance of failure. Growth sees creative risk-taking as essential for innovation and learning. A stepping stone.
This is so clear. But here's the million-dollar question. How do we actually shift from fixed to growth? Knowing is one thing, doing is another.
Right, and it's not flipping a switch, but there's a surprisingly simple tool, a kind of magic word.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
The word is yet, or meg in Hungarian.
Yet.
That's it. But listen to how it transforms those fixed statements. It makes no sense. Becomes, it makes no sense yet.
Ah, I see. I can't do it.
Becomes, I can't do it yet. I don't know how. Becomes, I don't know how yet.
I'm not good at this. Yet. I don't understand. Yet. Wow.
See? It cracks open the door. It stops that immediate sense of finality.
It implies the process isn't finished, that there's still potential. It stops you from just giving up on the spot.
Exactly. It prevents surrender. It invites continued effort. It frames the current state as temporary, not permanent.
Okay, so adding yet is powerful. What other practical steps can we take to consciously shape our mindset?
Well, the first big one is recognizing your patterns. Really listen to yourself, your internal chatter, the things you say out loud. Where are those fixed mindset phrases popping up? Talent, failure, criticism.
Becoming aware of the script you're currently running.
Precisely. And once you're aware, you can start to shape your mindset. Maybe pick just one or two areas where that fixed thinking feels strongest or causes the most fear. Those are your prime spots for growth.
Don't try to change everything at once.
No, that's overwhelming. Then actively work on rewriting that internal monologue. Like instead of thinking the problem is, try shifting to the situation is. It sounds small, but it makes it less negative, more neutral, more solvable.
Takes the charge out of it.
It does. And be bold about questioning your habits, your comfort zone.
Oh.
Ask yourself, is this belief actually serving me?
And maybe keeping a journal or something to track it.
Absolutely. Journaling, maybe even just voice notes, recording your awareness, the shifts you're making. It really helps reinforce the new patterns, makes them stick.
And this ties into another tool the sources mentioned, this idea of rewriting your own script. That sounds bigger than just changing a few words.
It is. It's about recognizing that often we act like we're just following a pre-written script based on old beliefs or past experiences. Sometimes we even feel like supporting characters in our own lives.
Yeah, I think people can relate to that.
But the empowering truth is, you are the director, you're the screenwriter, you're the lead actor in your own story.
So you get to decide the plot.
You get to decide your role in the plot. Ask yourself, for my story to have a happy ending, whatever that means to me, what needs to happen? What actions do I need to take?
Focusing on your own role, not trying to rewrite everyone else's part.
Critically important. You can influence people in your zone of influence, sure, but you can't directly control them. The most effective way to change the dynamic, to get different responses, is to change your own behavior first.
That's powerful. Like the quote says,
life is like a movie. Write the end of your own movie and believe and act so that this new script comes true. Believe it, then act on it.
Okay, mindset shifted, script rewritten. How does this translate into making better decisions? Because a mindset shift without action is, well, just a thought.
Exactly. Decision-making is where the rubber meets the road. Now, psychology often defines it as, a cognitive process, choosing between options, rational or irrational.
Standard definition.
Pretty standard. But for becoming bulletproof, we need a deeper, more potent definition. Are you ready for it?
Lay it on me.
A real decision of following through. Vigysszínelés in Hungarian.
Ah, so it's not just the choosing part.
Not at all. Choosing is easy. Anyone can say they choose success or choose flexibility. The real decision, the thing that actually makes the difference, is the commitment. Seeing it through. Sticking with it.
That lands differently. It's commitment, not just selection.
Absolutely. And think about the impact. Our decisions create our results, or they keep us from getting results. Your life right now, it's largely the product of your past decisions.
And the future depends on the decisions we make now.
Couldn't say it better. We are products of our decisions, not our circumstances. That's a core idea here.
And that stat you mentioned, 80% of results come from the decision and sticking to it.
Astonishing, isn't it? It really hammers home the need to make quality decisions, decisions that actually align with where you want to go and that you're prepared to follow through on, not just, whim-based choices.
Okay, decision equals follow through. Makes sense. But, like with mindset, it's not always easy. We stumble. What are the common traps, the danger zones, that stop our decisions from actually, deciding anything?
Oh, there are quite a few, and they're sneaky. One huge one is the I know but I don't do it trap.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are.
Yeah.
It's making a choice based on a flicker of motivation, maybe New Year's resolution energy, but without the real deep commitment to actually do the thing consistently. The follow-through is missing.
Right. Then there's the opposite.
Analysis paralysis. Thinking, researching, planning, comparing, forever. You get so bogged down in analyzing that you never actually make the decision. The window of opportunity closes.
Overthinking kills the action.
Completely. Then you have instinctive extinction, or just making ad hoc decisions with zero thought, like the source says, Dodo's jumping off a cliff. No foresight, just reacting.
Ouch. That sounds dangerous.
It can be. And there's a group version, too. Group-driven instinctive extinction, where everyone sort of goes along with something to avoid conflict, even if individually they know it's a bad idea. Groupthink leading to poor outcomes.
That happens a lot in meetings, doesn't it?
All the time. Another trap is either-or thinking, forcing yourself into choosing between two extremes when often there's a both hand possibility, or a third way entirely. It unnecessarily limits your options.
Black and white thinking.
Exactly. Then there's decision fatigue. Your brain literally gets tired from making too many decisions, especially high-stakes ones. Your ability to make good decisions degrades.
Which is why habits are so important, right? To automate some decisions.
Precisely. Good systems reduce the number of high-energy decisions you need to make each day. Saves your bandwidth for the important ones.
What else?
Seeing decision choice only. This links back to the follow-through point. If you only see it as choosing, you might constantly switch paths, trying this, then that, like star touring. You never commit enough to one path to make real progress.
Flitting between things.
Yeah. Then there's wishful thinking, just vaguely wanting something, I wish things were different, without breaking it down into concrete, actionable steps. A wish isn't a decision.
Needs a plan.
Needs a plan and follow through. And bias or selective information, only seeking out or paying attention to info that confirms what you already believe and ignoring anything that challenges it. Confirmation bias leading to bad calls.
That's a subtle one.
Very. And finally, probably the most passive but still critical danger zone, non-decision. Choosing not to decide, which, as we said, is still a decision. It's a decision to let someone else or circumstances dictate your path.
Handing over control.
Exactly. And in important areas of life, that's usually not the best strategy if you want to shape your own future.
Okay, those are definitely pitfalls to watch out for. So pulling this all together, the mindset, the true meaning of decision, how do we pave that path forward? How do we make sure our decisions stick and we actually move towards being bulletproof?
Right. It comes back to that core idea. You don't find your path, you pave it through intentional, consistent action. And the Gile program gives us a really solid 6-step system for this.
Okay, let's break it down. Step 1.
Step 1, be persistent. But get specific. What exactly requires your persistence? What goal are you working on? And don't just wait for the huge final win. Identify smaller, partial results along the way that tell you, okay, I'm on the right track.
Milestones. Keep the motivation up.
Exactly. And find role models. Look at people who've already achieved what you're aiming for. How did they persist? Draw inspiration from them.
Makes sense. Step 2.
Operate systems. Take a hard look at your current habits and routines. What systems do you need in your life to support your goals, to help you bounce back when things get tough?
Like automating good habits.
Yes, and having regular check-ins, maybe quarterly planning, monthly reviews, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Good systems reduce that decision fatigue we talked about. They support the follow-through.
Okay. Step 3.
Surround yourself with the right people. Who do you need in your corner? Whose support helps you stay resilient and motivated?
Your support network.
Absolutely. Do you have those people accessible now? If not, actively build that community. Find mentors, join groups, even just identify inspirational figures whose stories or work lift you up.
Doesn't have to be direct contact even.
No, inspiration can come from many places. Step 4 is crucial. Put in the work.
The actual doing.
The actual doing. What are the concrete steps needed to achieve your decision? If it feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller, manageable actions. What skills do you need to develop? And importantly, what do you need to eliminate from your life to make space for this?
Sometimes subtraction is key.
Often it is. Step 5, know yourself. What are your inherent strengths when it comes to resilience? Where do you naturally bounce back well?
Lean into your strengths.
And identify the areas, the protective factors that need strengthening. What happens if you don't develop those weaker areas? How do you react when you don't manage to be flexible? That self-awareness is vital for strategic growth.
Understanding your own patterns.
Exactly. And finally, step 6, learn continuously. Where are you already knowledgeable? Great. But what do you want to develop further? What new skills or knowledge do you need?
Identify the learning gaps.
And then make a plan to fill them. Where will you learn it? How? It's about intentionally stepping out of your comfort zone and into that learning zone. Continuous growth fuels resilience.
Wow. Okay, that's a really comprehensive system. Be persistent, operate systems, surround yourself with the right people, put in the work, know yourself, and learn continuously.
It covers all the bases for turning a decision into a paved path.
What an incredible deep dive this has been. We've really covered so much ground understanding what bulletproof truly means, that flexibility and resilience.
And the power of shifting from a fix to a growth mindset, especially using that little magic word, yet.
Yeah, that was a great takeaway. And redefining decision, not just as choice, but as following through.
The commitment piece.
And now having those 6 pillars to really help you pave your own path to make those decisions stick.
It really is a journey, isn't it? Towards becoming more adaptable, more capable of learning, and ultimately thriving regardless of the challenges. Becoming truly bulletproof.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, maybe think about this. How are you going to start integrating that magic of yet into your own self-talk this week? And what's just one small, consistent system you could implement to turn a choice you've made into an unstoppable decision you actually follow through on?
Great questions to ponder. And for those following the program, the weekly task aligns perfectly. Identifying your mindset and mapping out your decisions using everything we've discussed.
Perfect application.
You've got the tools now. Go write that amazing script for your life.